Alright, well, this will be interesting. I'm trying out a little YouTube video of checking my sprocket alignment. So yeah, I've got hopefully you can see this. I've got the chains, obviously they're mounted. I've got the camshafts mounted, the sprockets are mounted with all the spacers. As I got the motor, it actually had 4 spacers under each sprocket, so I've replicated that, put it back to where it was, and in theory it should have perfect alignment. So let's mount up the old Stomsky measuring tool, whatever you call it, and get it in there. So where is it? Of course I've moved it. Oh, here we go, here's the block. And where are the little toggles, little nuts? So when you do this, the first thing you need to do is get a vernier, so you've got to zero out your gauge. So you need to know a few measurements. The first measurement is in here until you reach I think it's the gear that drives the chains. And then you zero that out, you zero that. Then you also need to know the width of your straight edge, and then you zero that out. And then you end up with one here, which I prepared earlier, which is already zeroed. So now I'm going to mark obviously I'm not doing this as a tutorial, so I'm not going to explain everything. I mean, you can look it up yourself on the Stomsky website, or the squillions of other websites that are out there that tell you how to do this. I'm just doing a short little video for the owner of this car so that he can see where I'm up to with the assembly of his motor and how it's all coming together, which is what I do for all my owners. They get videos, they get pictures, they get updates, and if they're really unlucky they'll get a phone call. But yeah, usually it's pictures and videos. Alright, so you can see that mounted. 1, 2, 3. The straight edge is a tool that is provided by Stomsky Racing, Stephen Stomsky in the US, and that sits flat against the case. So it's a lot easier using this tool. These nuts are just lightly tightened down to stop it from wiggling or moving, and it's much easier to do it like this rather than trying to hold a straight edge and then also measure. Now the other thing that you need to do this reasonably successful is a decent measuring tool like this, which has quite a wide surface here, so that, because if you're using one like this and you're sort of trying to get this along here and trying to measure, you've got two errors. One, you've got this error, right? So if you don't have this perfectly flat, you're going to change the distance between here and where it's measuring, and also if you do this, it's not going to be exactly the same either. So that's why I got this tool, which is quite thick here, quite thick here, so it won't flex, and it's very easy to make sure that I'm perfectly flat on the straight edge, and also this way as well. So this one's been zeroed out, and if you look at the guide that Stephen gives us, I'm pretty sure it'll be the same for this. Not that I'm going to use this, because, okay, well, for those of you that don't have a wide straight edge, you can use this tool that Stephen gives you to try and keep it square. So you use this angle here to try, this edge of the guide plate here to try and keep it square. Let me just angle my camera down a fraction. Ow. How's that? Yeah, that's alright. But I had to notch it out here because it didn't quite allow the width of this vernier here. But anyway, I don't need that. But I am curious to see what the measurement is. So it says here it should be 54.8 millimeters. You probably can't see it. Hang on, let me pull this off. Rather put my head down there. Alright, so the 1, 2, 3 bank should be 54.8 millimeters. Let's see what it is. It's probably not going to be that, but see how close we get. Oh, Look at that. 54.75 millimeters. Oh, 0.76, even better. So that's to the surface of, oh hang on, I need a pointer and camera that can see. So that's to the surface of the sprocket just there. Alright, so it doesn't give you much to work with, but I would say that 4 shims on the left is absolutely spot on. Alright, just for shits and giggles, let's rotate the cam 180 degrees, see what it says. Still pretty close, 54.73. So that's well within 0.25 millimeters, so we don't need to change the shims that are on that side. So that means the other side's going to be way off, because I'm a bloody pessimist. Alright, if I can undo these nuts that as I said, I only just lightly did up, I didn't do them up tight at all. Undo that one, undo that one. And now we will put it facing the other angle. How accurate is all of this? Who knows? I mean, it makes me feel good to see that it's within spec, but don't forget you've got the case moving, you've got this surface, you've got to ask yourself how straight is the straight edge. Like, I'm sure if I turn the straight edge over and use this side rather than that side, I bet you it'll give me a different result. I might actually do that just to show you actually. Alright, so on this side, where's the camera? It says we're aiming for 0. Let's see. It's not going to be 0. Oh my god. Well, okay, you're seeing what I'm wearing in the garage. Don't worry, I'm at home, so don't worry about my footwear. But 0.05 millimeters, so there you go. 0.4. So I'm well within spec. Let's rotate the cam again 180 degrees. See if the sprocket gives a different reading on a different part of the sprocket. Look at that. Spot on 0.00. I hope you can see that in the video. Well, so I do need 4 shims on either side. Now let's do something else different. Let us turn the straight edge over. We saw that side was, and this is the first time I've tested it. Look, I haven't actually done this before I turn the camera on. I hate turning the cameras on because it's a pain in the ass. Because I can never remember how to turn a GoPro on. That's how technologically advanced I am. Check this out. Let's slide that back out there. Try to get that light tension. Let's sneak up on it. Light tension. Snug, snug, snug. Yep. Let's see how close to 0 it is on this side now. Ah, fuck. Can you see that? 0.2. I'm still within spec, but on the other side of the straight edge I'm 0.2 out, but I'm still within spec. Let's check the other side now, because the other side was within, the other side was well within where I needed to be. So let's put this back in that slot. We're going to use the side of the straight edge that I don't normally use. Whoop, nearly dropped it out there. I'll just do this first and then I'll explain why I'm doing this. So this one's meant to be 54.8. I think it was 54.75 from memory. Oh, look at that. so 54.69. So it is a little bit out, but again, well within spec.